Hey, costume peeps. It's been a while, but I'm back with another episode of Drapes and Themes, where we break down and highlight the story told with costumes in TV and film. What happens when your hero only has one outfit and the entire movie is filmed in one location? Your costume, one location action films, your costume has to do more than just look cool. It has to evolve. It has to tell the story of the danger and the transformation. That's why today we're getting into my all time favorite, one of my all time favorite movies, Die Hard. And we're going to talk about why John McClane's sweaty, torn up, bloody tank top is one of the most underrated storytelling tools in action film history. Let's get into it, guys, because let me tell you something. It tells the story. It brings you through all the events in the film. Released in 1988, Die Hard follows NYPD cop John McClane as he visits his estranged wife at her office Christmas party in LA. The setting? One high rise building, Nakatomi Plaza. It's a perfect one location setup, and in a movie where the location never changes, the costume has to do more than just look good. It has to carry the entire arc. When we first get introduced to McClane, he's in civilian clothes. He's in civilian clothing. He's trying to play the part of the family man, even though things are clearly strained. The costume tells us that he's out of his element. He's a New York cop dropped into the corporate world of Los Angeles, and you could clearly see that he's. Which I like. You could see clearly see that he's out of his element when he gets out of the when he gets off the elevator, and then when he's but his instincts, his NYPD, his cop instincts still remains because he's everywhere he's go he's scoping out the security cameras, the exits, keeping an eye on everybody to see who is who what's what's what. So that's how we're first introduced to McClane. We first get introduced to McClane's tank top when after he sees his wife, the introductions with the boss, co-workers are made, and he wants to freshen up.
Is there a place where I could wash up?
So they're in the bathroom and they're talking. He has the tank top on and his slacks, and he's barefoot. They get into their spat. She exits. Um, Now he's still freshening up and making his phone calls, trying to relax, kind of like upset because, he started the argument, which he didn't mean to do, but he can't help himself. And one of his on the plane, his neighbor told him to get when you get to somewhere, a good way to get relaxed and get acclimated is to be barefoot and put your feet on, be barefoot on the rug and make fists with your toes.
You want to know the secret to surviving air travel? After you get where you're going, take off your shoes and your socks. Then you walk around on the rug barefoot and make fists with your toes.
Fists with your toes.
I know. It sounds crazy. Trust me, I've been doing it for 9 years. Yes, sir. Better than a shower and a hot cup of coffee.
Son of a bitch.
Is better than coffee. And so that's what we see McClane doing. And so this tells you why, well, him freshening up and him getting comfortable is what happens when the terrorists arrive. So, McClane is barefoot throughout the whole movie. So this kind of tells you like the reason why he was barefoot. To me, it's an important detail. This is why he didn't have any shoes on throughout the movie, which which is a part of the story of the costume. Now, as the night escalates, so does the tank top. It goes from crisp white to grimy gray. Blood, sweat, smoke. All of it is how far he's gone. The tank top becomes a meter of survival, and we're watching it break down just like he is. Girl, because he going through it, y'all. He going through it.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs.
Now, remember, I mentioned that he's barefoot. He doesn't have any shoes. And that choice is key because it puts him at a constant disadvantage. Suddenly, glass is a threat. Running is dangerous. These costume choices make us feel the vulnerability. He's not a superhero. He's a man forced to survive with nothing but guts and instinct. He ain't Superman, y'all. He's John McClane with red blood just like us. But I mean, although it's still a movie because some of the stuff is just still, movie magic. Because it's just like, you're right.
Hi, honey.
But it's still one of my favorites. Let's not be, let's not get crazy.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
The tank top just isn't clothing, it's armor. It's symbolic. In a film where the environment doesn't change, the costume must. And McClane's outfit gives us a visual timeline of the chaos he's been through. The more damage it takes, the harder he fights back. And from on like the inside, behind the scenes, costume aspect of it, it's not just one tank top that being purchased for the film. The There's multiples. Like when you buy one top, when you're looking at the tank tops and the pants that John McClane's wearing, there had to be at least maybe 50 tank tops. I would just guess like 50 tank tops because, and with each tank top, you have the white tank top. So I would probably get maybe 3 or 4 because who knows what days they're being filmed and what may happen because things happen like, people spill stuff on breaks, whatever. But, you buy multiples of the whites. And then you got to take the tank tops through the process of the transformations in the film. So there has to be distressing done. So like the second part of his look, where he's a little bit dirty, he's not as dirty, but it's getting a little beigeish, off whitish, and dingy, and it pulls. You're gonna have multiples of that version of the tank top, and then like the like as it gets dirty, like you're gonna have to have multiples of each stages of the tank top because this is like yeah, it's one location, and this is the tank top is the story throughout the whole film. So it's going through the rips, it's going through the blood stage, it's going through the dirt stages, it's clean. So you're gonna have to have multiples of each stage of the tank top, and you're gonna have to do that with the pants too, because I believe his pants get um ripped and something had to happen to pants. Yeah, you're gonna have multiple pants. Maybe you're not gonna have as much of the pants as the tank top, but you're still gonna have multiple of the pants. And so it's gonna have to be a work between the costume department and also the makeup department. Yep, because the makeup department usually is the one that does the blood, unless it's a low indie films and maybe the costume may do the blood also. But Yeah, so it's duplicates. You're gonna have to buy duplicates of. You just buy packs and packs. My whole budget would be tank top. I'm just buying a whole bunch of tank top because you gotta prepare for anything. And so, yeah, and then you have the gauze. The other thing was like the feet wrap when his foot got bloody when he had to run through the glass. So you'll have that, and so yeah, for the most part, the tank top will be as far as costumes concerned. This has to be a low budget for the costumes, but because all you have to do is buy a bunch of tank tops and just distress them, make sure they line up with the storyline and keep the continuity of the story. The costume designer of Die Hard is Marilyn Vance. She costume designed films such as Pretty Woman, Mystery Men, G.I. Jane. So yeah, Marilyn Vance she's not a stranger to action films, so she knows what she's doing and she knows how to tell the story when it comes to action films. And I applaud you. Yeah. So the next time you watch Die Hard, pay attention to the tank top. It's one of the greatest costumes in action film history. Not because it's flashy, not because it's over the top, not because it has all the bells and whistles or the details on it, but it takes you through the full journey of the movie. I love it. Do you agree? Tell me, like, what's your favorite one location action film with memorable costumes? Memorable costumes. Drop it in the comments. And please like and subscribe and hit the notification button to get more deep dives into the art of costume storytelling. Thank you.